Long ago, when learning was considered sacred and knowledge was treated as worship, there stood a quiet gurukul near the banks of a gentle river. Tall banyan trees surrounded it. Birds sang at dawn. The sound of chanting filled the air every morning. The students who lived there followed a disciplined life. They woke before sunrise. They swept the courtyards. They gathered firewood. They studied scriptures under the watchful eyes of their guru. Among them was a young boy named Dev. Dev was not the most intelligent. He was not the strongest. He was not the fastest learner, but he was sincere. Every task given to him, he completed with care. One summer morning, the guru called all the students to the courtyard. In his hand were small clay pots. Inside each pot was a young plant. He gave one plant to each student and said, "Take care of this plant, water it daily, protect it. In 1 year, we shall see whose plant has grown the healthiest." The students were excited. They placed their pots carefully outside their huts. Days passed. Most of the plants began to sprout fresh green leaves. But Dev's plant did not grow. He watered it every morning. He loosened the soil. He placed it where sunlight touched gently. Yet nothing appeared. Weeks turned into months. The other students laughed softly. "Perhaps even plants do not listen to him," they whispered. Dev felt ashamed. But he did not stop watering the plant. Even when the soil looked dry and lifeless, even when nothing green appeared, he continued. 1 year later, the guru gathered the students again. One by one, they presented their pots. Tall stems, bright leaves. Some even had small flowers. Finally, Dev stepped forward. His pot looked the same as it had a year ago. Bare soil, no sprout. He lowered his head. "Forgive me, Guruji," he said softly. "I cared for it every day, but it did not grow." The courtyard fell silent. The guru stood up. He walked toward Dev, and to everyone's surprise, he smiled. Then he addressed all the students. "Last year, I gave each of you roasted seeds." The students looked confused. "Roasted seeds cannot grow," the guru continued. "I wished to see who would remain truthful even in failure." A deep stillness filled the air. "You all replaced your seeds when nothing grew," he said gently. But this boy did not. He turned toward Dev and said, "You watered dead soil for 1 year without knowing the result. That is perseverance. That is honesty. That is character." The other students lowered their eyes. The guru placed his hand on Dev's head. "A person who can remain committed when there is no visible growth will one day grow beyond measure." Years passed. Dev did not become the most famous scholar, but he became something greater, a man trusted by all, respected in every village, and known for his integrity. And those who came to seek wisdom from him were not taught through lectures. They were taught through examples. Some lessons are not written in books. They are lived. Growth is not always visible, but character is built in silence.